Welcome back to San Mateo County Today. I'm Marshall Wilson. I'm now joined by Pradeep Gupta, the mayor of the industrial city, South San Francisco. Mayor, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
This is your second go on San Mateo County Today. When you first came on, you were a member of the city council. Now you're the mayor. What is the difference between being on the city council and being the mayor?
Well, first of all, being a mayor makes me very, very happy because this is the ultimate American dream realized. Actually, it's a proof that American dream still lives in America. First thing, the way I understood it, and at least my council member friends who have been mayor many times before, taught me or told me that you're the face of the city now. So what does that mean? That means that whenever there's a Chinese delegation coming over from China to talk to a mayor of a city, well, you're in the front and you talk to them about the city. Whenever we start a youth baseball season, I got the privilege of throwing the first pitch as mayor and inviting all those 25 teams. Whenever the city gets an award, like this time we got from San Francisco Business Times as 2017, it's one of the biggest deal for our Oyster Point project. They invited me to do a video interview. So those are the kind of things which people see, and that's true because you're the face of the mayor. But on the other hand, inside that, you're worrying about things that are happening more so than as a council member. You're working closely with the city manager and the staffs to make sure things don't fall apart, emergencies are taken care of, and the complaints of the citizens are properly heard and responded to.
Now, I would imagine coming with those benefits of being able to throw out the first pitch and meet the delegation, you're also the first point of contact when someone has a problem as well.
That's what I mean, that I get the emails. In the supermarkets, there's a tap on the shoulder, and you should be able to answer why their road has potholes.
You mean they don't come up and congratulate you all the time?
Not all the time, but to be very fair, I think people are excited about a new mayor. They want to meet and talk to you just like as a human being. They are curious about what's going on. So I'm very, very happy with my colleagues on the council, as well as the reception I got from the citizens. And actually in county, I meet with county supervisors and other county folks, and it's a very receptive environment in the San Mateo County. We are going through a good time.
When you had mentioned the city recently received an award, and there is a lot of development going on in the eastern part, why is it that South San Francisco continues to be such a magnet for really particularly the biotech industry? It seems like every time I look at the Business Times or another publication, you get another deal for a big firm to move in. What does it make South San Francisco such a popular destination for that industry?
You know, Marshall, a couple of years ago, and I'm going to answer your question. A couple of years ago, we went to a bio convention that was held in Philadelphia. And there were folks from Germany, folks from Japan, folks from China. And one of the constant questions that was asked us in our booth was, could you tell us how do you start building a cluster of biotechnology at a place? So my answer at that time, of course, was that there are a combination of things that happened. But since you asked the question, let me try to answer that. I think our council in the my predecessors, since 1970, 1960, had a vision of this industrial city of South San Francisco to be continuously keeping track of what's happening to the industry. It used to be warehouses, slaughterhouses, steel mills, shipping. And then they saw on the grounds that shipping was going out of fashion, steel mills were going out of US actually. And they had this vision that some new technology should be coming in. 1976, two folks come in, and they said, we have this brand new concept of technology. And you know, Genentech started at that time. But I think it was a combination of things. One is our city is lucky to have two components divided by a highway. On one side of the highway, we have residents, communities, small commerce, who are not really touched by what's happening on the east side of 101. So we could protect that environment completely customized and tuned to biotechnology R&D needs. And biotechnology R&D is demanding. It's not like putting one particular office building in the middle of downtown. So that's one factor. Second one is that our city, in whatever way, became used to and knowledgeable to biotechnology needs. So we were anticipating. And third, I think, is the reason is it's a science-based cluster. Biotechnology exists on science, advancement of science, and South San Francisco biotechnology campuses have science. Today I was having lunch at Foundry and Lux, little restaurant, and the lady behind me in the line for hamburgers was talking to another lady behind her, talking about the cancer treatment, what's going on. So the whole environment of folks, young folks who talk the same language, who work on the same kind of goals, who have got the same kind of infrastructure needs, I think that's what makes our cluster a cluster. That's what makes South San Francisco #1 in the biotechnology cluster size, #1 in VC money on biotechnology, #1 in patents.
And let me ask you something. I know there's always been a divide. You had mentioned that you've been able to protect that area, but I also know there's always been a problem, or maybe not a problem, but a challenge of attracting those workers into the rest of South San Francisco to do their shopping and to go to those restaurants. How are you trying to integrate that whole biotech cluster and those thousands of jobs that are there into the greater South San Francisco?
Well, I think it's a two-way question, actually, if I can expand your question.
Sure.
One is I want to bring the community of South San Francisco to come to the other side to enjoy the Oyster Point beaches. It's a beautiful gem, as a matter of fact, one of the best kept secret of the whole Bay Area. But to answer your question, we have tried to bring people from biotechnology cluster companies into our downtown through buses, shuttles, etc. But it's a word of mouth. The word has spread out that we have some great restaurants for lunch on our Grand Avenue. And you wouldn't believe it now. If you go there during lunchtime, it's hard to find parking place, although that may not be the only reason why parking is hard to find, but it has been discovered. But we want to do more of it. But also to bring the point to current situation, the way I feel it, the pressure of housing and the shortage of housing is so extreme that we are rediscovering that area from other needs. We are looking at potential housing projects right next to our Caltrain station, which will be moved up. Actually, it's one of the big projects that is very exciting to me and to the other members of our government, because you're going to make the Caltrain station, which is a joke right now, into something like a destination with some recreation. And right around that, we want to build some residential development.
And if I may, I'm sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but where is that going to be moved to? I've heard that talking. Yeah, currently I know it's underneath basically the freeway. It's a very unappealing area there for a variety of reasons. Where is it being eyed to actually be built along the corridor?
So if you can visualize Grand Avenue going into the airport, and then Grand Avenue crossing the airport avenue, right? So the station, which is way further north from that, will be brought closer to that intersection.
Okay.
All right. So it's actually physically moved. It's not just renovating where it is right now. It is actually, that will be demolished. A new station will be built with a proper platform, proper entrance, and most of all, a tunnel, a pedestrian, bicycle-friendly tunnel with beautiful architecture and paintings and artwork on it, which will be connecting the Grand Avenue side to the station side.
Nice.
And right next at the exit of the tunnel, you can go left side towards the station or right side towards a park or a picnic spot. So those are the visions. That will be basically the gateway of South San Francisco. I'm really excited about it. So those kind of things are going to bring more of the biotechnology employees into the contact with our downtown, and more of our citizens with the contact with the biotechnology industry. And actually my vision, Marshall, if you ask me, is to bring all our high school kids who are going through the school right now in senior, junior, or elementary to become trained in the sciences of STEM and sciences of biotechnology so that they can become part of those 20,000 employees who are coming every day. Our city population goes up by 20,000 every day in the afternoon. So I'm trying to do that. I've got some successes, not me alone, but it's a collective effort. So we have some programs going on at our high schools where Genentech is helping out with programs called Future Lab, where they're trying to give a taste of a biotechnology career to the students and motivate them to work harder on their courses and take STEM courses, go to the college.
And probably see the future that is there and see the potential that is there.
Yes.
So what are your goals for your term as mayor? If you had to pick the top 3 accomplishments, and I know a lot of this takes time, building that Caltrain station, integrating the schools into biotech all takes time, but if you had to list 3 goals by the end of the year, what would you like to see achieved?
Number 1, we've got the huge construction program going on. We didn't talk about it, but we have got almost 6 million square foot of commercial space under construction going on right now, including that Oyster Point area. We have got almost 1,000 residential units under construction in many different parts of the city, but mostly around downtown area. Some of them are affordable. So I want to make sure that this construction program, with all its attending traffic problems and noise level, etc., and our existing community can get along together for a little bit time. So I want to make sure that that happens smoothly, and whatever I can do to minimize the pain by keeping them motivated to look at the future. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm very concerned about current environment of what has happened politically in the White House with the anxiety that's building up in our young Hispanic folks about their immigration status, although they're perfectly legal. But they have this question mark on, are they safe, are they not? There's a distraction going on, a little bit of hopelessness coming in. So I find my job as one of the representative of those people to make sure that everything is okay. I want to be like assuring them. So that's number 2.
And if I may just inject something, my daughter's 9 years old, and she's very concerned some of her friends are going to be deported. So kids are really hearing that, and that is a big issue.
Yes.
It adds to a lot of anxiety.
A lot of anxiety, and I think whether it's real or not, anxiety is real.
Right.
And they have come to our council meetings. They said, tell me what I should do to feel good again. Is America the same as it was last year? And we said, yes, it is. So I'm sure that your daughter and other young citizens of her age are feeling the same way across. And it's our duty to make sure that things happen which will make her feel sure. Because there's so much productivity, so much future tied up with those young lives.
Right.
And I want to make sure that their full potential is realized. Number 3, what I want to do is to make sure that our representation of the city in the regional programs, because some of these issues like transportation issues, the housing issues, it's not city issue, it's a regional issue. It's even beyond county. I work in ABAG, which is 9-county area. We all are facing the same issue. So one of my immediate objectives is to make ourselves more tied together with the county issues, work in unison with those groups, and try to see how best we can do to solve these problems. And we don't have magic bullets, we don't have silver bullets, but at least make a start, collaborative start. So those are the 3 issues.
Terrific. Mayor Gupta, thank you for joining us on San Mateo County today, and it's nice to see you are living the American dream.
Thank you very much, Marshall, for inviting me over. It's always been fun, and fun talking to you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on San Mateo County today.